This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and this is a reaction to the post-trailer reaction to Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker, the ninth chapter in the Star Wars saga. Yeah, so Abrams went for the reset button. It looks like on some of the elements of Part 8, but also expanded on some elements of Part 8. From my perspective, I think what's going on is that some of the stuff that was said in Part 8 or done is going to make sense once you see Part 9, which some people were opposed to them, including some main characters from our group over were also opposed to that one. But Mark's cards, and I liked it, and I liked Part 8. Because I figure, like, it's the middle chapter, you're going to put some mysteries in there and try to figure things out. And, yeah, this one has some interesting, money shots, some mystery box, but not heavily so. The opening scene seems to be either Tatooine or Jakku. It's probably Tatooine. And Rey is fighting one of those Imperial fighter ships on her own. It's chasing her, and she senses it, turns around and attacks it. And it says, "This Christmas, there's going to be a new Star Wars." Then we see a shot of the Millennium Falcon and a shot of 3PO and some other droids. The shot of the Millennium Falcon, they show Lando Calrissian as an old man, because he'd be in his 60s. Laughing, and Chewbacca. So they've got the Falcon. There's a shot of Leia from Star Wars Episode 7. There was actually that hug scene is from Episode 7. If you're paying attention, it's in there. It's from the ending scene when she comes back and Han is dead. That's what that scene is from. But the fans are already speculating about the trailer. What is this hug scene? It's at the end of Episode 7. No, so anyway, so the Rise of Skywalker. There's a voiceover by Luke Skywalker going on about, of course. Also, there's so the Star Wars I shouldn't pick that up. Then they show what appears to be a devastated Death Star on a planet, and the droids are maybe looking at the planet, but they did that kind of a fake out in Episode 8, where they had, them doing something like that with Kylo Ren, like reaching for her, and it was actually an inner mind. It wasn't really happening. I'm gonna guess, based on the movie, that they're not going, even though you think they're gonna do this, they're not gonna do this because it's Abrams who did Lost and who did the Lost ending with many of the others. That Rey is not the Skywalker. It's Kylo Ren. That's my guess. And that it's always been about Kylo Ren, but it's a fake out. They're going to show Rey. I'm just guessing. I wasn't on set or anything. I'm not revealing anything. And it's not Rey because her parents are unknown. She's not a Skywalker or a Kenobi. She could be an adopted Calrissian, maybe. That'd be interesting. I think Finn might be a Calrissian, actually. That would be an interesting twist. Or maybe, like some of the fans were speculating, Skywalker has become a myth, and even though it wouldn't really be, and that it's become sort of a legend kind of thing, and that he's sort of a ethereal notation, and anybody can be a Skywalker, which was the theme of the first one. I think they should carry that through, and they should make Rey. She was a nobody, but now she becomes a somebody. So she's like the underdog. That became something. And as I pointed out with the earlier today at the thing, there was an Easter egg thing at the church that somebody talking about Star Wars in the trailers. The guy that didn't like Part 8, and the other guy Luke Skywalker had the same kind of powers in the original, and so did Leia, and without any training, he was able to blow up the Death Star just from using the Force, and he'd only had like maybe a week's training with Ben. How did he do that? It's like, they did that before. So I don't know why the fans were so uptight and butthurt about like Little Hooray being a Mary Sue. He was. So yeah, Mary Sue the movie. But it's always a Mary Sue. That's the whole point of the hero's journey, is that he's like an unstoppable force but doesn't know it yet. Hopefully that's the theme. That there's a doubly unstoppable force, that there's a new baddie, that somebody pulling the strings behind Snoke was doing things. I'm hoping they use the fan theory that it's Jar Jar Binks the whole time. And he's actually pretending to be the Emperor, and he's got like his head, his skeleton skull, and he's like putting back together. That'd be cool. Like it's Jar Jar. That would be awesome. Get to the end, and he's all like, "Hey, hey, hey, Missa, the evil Sith Lord, sir, the whole time, sir." Anyway, so yeah, I like the trailer. It was redemptive for the other reasons, and of course it's a Kal Kat inspired trailer. They showed just enough to get you interested, and they showed just enough to get you to go like, oh, did they actually fixed? I didn't think the 8th one was bad, but I liked the 8th one. I liked what they did in the 8th one, because it's the darker middle chapter that has all the confusing stuff in it. I liked that. I liked not knowing what was going to happen next. Yeah, granted, that slow chase thing was goofy, but I liked the Admiral Holdo character. Although, yeah, her reasons for the Poe didn't really make sense. There should have been some dialogue about Poe, and Luke was off. But you figure maybe they're going to reveal that things were not what they seemed on that planet when they went there. That it's not really. Maybe it wasn't actually Luke that she met. Maybe Luke is at the end, but earlier on it was sort of the shell of a man he'd become out there, kind of thing. I think for the longer trailer, they should totally have a Force ghost of Han Solo. That should happen. Because if it doesn't happen, it should happen. He should be like, oh, what? I'm a Force ghost? Doesn't make any sense. Or maybe he just figured it out. And he was like, well, the Skywalker is a legend. And anybody that has the Force is the Skywalker now. Yeah, so we're going to go defeat the dark side. So get going and blow up something. That sounds like something Han Solo would say. Okay, there's my reaction.